Let's talk budget IEMs. It's a pretty huge topic at the moment in the audio community because companies keep pushing out ultra affordable audio products that keep one-upping the previous. KZ ZNA is a sub £20 IEM that seems to really balance a lot to create a well-rounded listening package that won't break the bank. This is my review of the KZ Acoustics ZNA in-ear monitor. Hey guys, I'm Ryan Thomas, still not an audiophile by the way. Actually, what is an audiophile? Anyway, this is a review of the ZNA. KZ sent out this IEM to me for review for free. I am not being paid to say anything nice about it, and they are in no way controlling what I say in this video. This is purely my opinion and is going out as such. Anyway, the ZNA is an affordable IEM that comes in a basic package. You get a basic cable and some basic silicone tips, and really this cable is the same as anything that I've used from KZ from £40 to £200, aside from the PR1 Pros, which came with a nice braided one. It's very simple, no case, it's pretty much what you expect at this price point. I want to quickly compare these to the ZS10 Pros, which are £50 and that I used when I first started using IEMs. They were a product that I actually paid for. The ZNA seems to go lower in the bass, higher in the highs, but doesn't seem to have that sort of mid-range there. The ZS10 Pros still feel fuller because of their ability to scale across basically the entire frequency response curve. They are flatter in sense, but the ZNA seems to be more fun, more V-shaped if you will. This has a dynamic driver and a balanced armature driver, the former handling most of the job with the latter helping in with the higher frequencies. What this translates to is a sound that seems more dynamic and fun, that V shape that I mentioned earlier. And this could be down to tuning, it doesn't necessarily just have to be about the drivers used here, but I do feel like that B8 in the top end is really helping with some of the crisper stuff. If you like bass, you'll like these. They sound pretty heavy in that regard. Like I said, not so full in the mid-range, so as an overall IEM, I actually prefer the ZS10 Pros, but for someone who's coming from say some cheap Bluetooth true wireless earbuds, the ZNA is going to sound significantly better. Orchestral stuff sounds good, but also, you know, your John Bellion, your Logic, your basic pop music sounds really good through these too. It's not necessarily just for one particular type of music. For gaming as well, these are pretty good. These aren't as detailed as the 7Hz Zeros, tuned by Critical of course, so they're going to be more technical, but I found these to be more sort of, you know, they're good for pretty much everything. They're not focusing on a particular area, they're not amazing for films or amazing for music or amazing for gaming, they're just kind of good at everything, a jack of all trades if you will. I played a decent amount of CSGO, Overwatch, iRacing, loads of stuff with the ZNA because they just feel so decent. They're comfortable in the ear, they don't stick out all that much. In fact, I found them to be one of the better fitting IEMs I've ever tried. The cable isn't particularly heavy, but it's not light either. It sits nicely. I didn't find the sound to be particularly fatiguing at all. In fact, this was one of the more lean back IEMs as opposed to lean in. It's very chill in that sense. The imaging wasn't out of this world, you know, it wasn't like the 7Hz Zeros where I did feel like I could hear more going on in a direction. These kind of feel a little bit less, you know, surround sound if you want to give it a word, and that's not a bad thing. You know, for £20 you're not going to get the best imaging and the best sound in the world, and actually the fact that the Zeros are so cheap is kind of nuts because that IEM is like a 50 plus, 60 plus pound sounding IEM. This isn't that, it's not going to blow you away, but I do feel at the same time it does have its place. If you were to give the layman a 7Hz Zero and a ZNA, they're probably going to pick the ZNA just for feeling more V-shaped, more fun, and generally that's the kind of sound that most people want. I mean, you've seen most soundbar setups where they have crazy detail in the highs in the soundbar and then a big subwoofer. That's what a lot of people are after. You know, there's not too much to the physical design of the ZNA either. It's just a basic grey, silver kind of. It is very basic. There's no crazy design on the outside. It's not offensive in any sense. It's just a basic IEM and it works really well. And that's kind of where we are with the ZNA. It's a decent baseline. If it's your first IEM, for example, this is pretty good. I will leave links to where you can purchase the ZNA in the video description. Massive shout out to KZ for sending out the IEM to review. It was really fun to have a look at this one, mainly because it's just so sort of, I don't know, it's like the quality of stuff is getting so good at the low end that it's like, what's the point in even spending hundreds of pounds? Now I get, you know, the audiophiles are going to want to spend sort of 100, 200, 300 pounds on an IEM, but for £20 for your first IEM, you can't really go wrong with the ZNA. Links to everything else will be in the description, such as my social medias, my podcast and everything like that. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new around here to never miss a video like this one. I've been Ryan Thomas, and I'll catch you later. Peace.